Okay, today I am making Dulce de Leche in a can or caramel in a can, and I'm trying to make this recipe, which comes from All You magazine, and it requires 1/4 cup of jarred Dulce de Leche, and my grocery store did not have Dulce de Leche in a jar, so I googled how to do it myself. I thought it was sweetened condensed milk, and I was correct. So this is a can of sweetened condensed milk, and I've taken the label off just because, you know, when you soak a label in water, it becomes problematic. And you just want to put it into a pot of boiling water, gently boiling. Mine's not boiling yet, but it will get there. It's getting close because the little bubbles on the bottom are starting to form. And leave it in there for 2.5 to 3 hours. But what's most important and I read about this over and over and saw YouTube videos, is to keep the water level above the can. And of course, in a boiling process, the water is going to evaporate. So you want to make sure that you keep water next to the pot while it's boiling. So I'm going to let this boil for 3 hours. You know, you're going to want to I'm going to set my timer for 3 hours, but I also need to check it more often than at the end of the 3 hours to make sure that the water isn't a problem. And the reason that I say, the reason that you don't want the water to go below the can is there's been reports of it exploding. So you have a caramel explosion all over your kitchen. Can you imagine the cleanup? Not fun. Okay, so it's been 3 hours, and I'm going to take, whoa, it's a condensation on that. Take the can out and let it cool until the can is cool, and then we'll open it up with a can opener and see what it looks like. Okay, so technically you're supposed to wait for the Dulce de Leche to cool, but it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm tired. So you can see that it spit out a little bit, and that's what happens if you don't let it cool. And I want to go to bed, so I'm going to get this out of there. And you can see that it's got a really good consistency going. There's the lid. Ooh, it's dripping everywhere. And smells like caramel or caramel, wherever you're from, depending on how you say it. So it looks like it worked out great. And I'm just going to pour it out of here and put it into a jar, and then put it in the refrigerator overnight so that I can use it in a recipe tomorrow. Okay, so I've got it in a jar, and I'm about to put the lid on, but I just kind of wanted to show you what the consistency looks like after 3 hours of cooking in the can. I also wanted to mention some things that I discovered after watching YouTube videos while this was cooking. I decided to watch other YouTube videos that talk about Dulce de Leche, and some people call it caramel in a can, so you can search for that. And basically they were saying that you know, if you want it to be more runny, cook it less. And some people don't cook it underneath water. They cook it with it goes 75% up on the can, maybe to there, but they puncture 3 holes in the can so that it releases the gas. So it seems like the explosion only happens if the water level gets below and there's no holes in the can to release anything. But you know, my can didn't have any holes in it because it was underneath the water. And then there was also this whole argument about doing it in the can itself, that it could release chemicals and whatnot into the Dulce de Leche. So another option was to put it in a Pyrex dish inside a slow cooker and then let it cook inside the Pyrex dish inside the slow cooker. So there seems to be lots of different ways to go about it. Just go about it however you think might be right for you. And I'm excited because now I have enough of this to make 2 batches of these brownies that I want to try tomorrow. And I'll put a link to those. Or I will be doing that on my channel, those brownies, so be sure to check that out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I thought it was appropriate when I brought the camera back in to show you. This is how my Dulce de Leche turned out. It looks really good, smells really good, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now, so I am putting a lid on this sucker and going to bed. And these are the brownies, or the blondies I want to make. Don't they look delish?